6. Krishna Roots. Vic always was an all-in kind of kid. From dinosaur love to Little League, Dungeons and Dragons to BMX and skateboarding. So when he heard Bad Brains Eye Against Eye, he embraced Rastafari and dreadlocks. Linda and I listened and actually enjoyed some of the music. We even took to yelling "Jah" on occasion as an inside joke. Next up on his musical radar was the Cro-Mags and the Age of Quarrel. The Cro-Mags somehow never interested me despite a great album title and interesting cover graphics. Then Straightedge opened the door to Youth of Today, another New York City hardcore punk band. They weren't great like Bad Brains, but they were approachable. By this time, Beyond had achieved some degree of popularity and was able to share billing with some of the bigger bands, including Youth of Today. Ray Cappo was the front man, who did a good job of projecting a rock-hard image with his jock clothes, shaved head, and beard necklace choker. He was especially good at stoking the crowd and getting them to participate. I didn't make the connection at first, but both the Cro-Mags and Ray from Youth of Today were Hare Krishna influenced. We heard a little from Vic about it, but didn't think it would pick up traction. After all, John Lennon and George Harrison were into it. Krishna's dressed funny. They gave away books at the airport. Sure didn't seem like the kind of scene that Vic was looking for. Vic explained that Straightedge was against intoxicants such as drugs and alcohol. It sounded good to me. I should have kept listening. They're also against tobacco, and they're anti-violence. Most of Vic's friends were Straightedge, so it seemed pretty safe as far as rebellions go. What I didn't notice was they kept widening their focus. First they're anti-evil, against drugs and alcohol. Then they became anti-bad, against tobacco and caffeine. Never understood how coffee got such a bad rap. And then they became anti-ordinary, against eating animals. The circle of rejection kept widening. This is the crucial point, because it eventually widened enough to include family as a perceived instrument of violence, as the keepers of evil. As the circle widened, the distinction between Straightedge and the Krishna influence blurred. Rejection of the prior generation's norms is a common rite of passage, but ordinarily is limited to specific and insignificant choices, such as music, hair, or clothing style. These Straightedge kids were rejecting the core of American society. Now, there's a lot I didn't understand, and there's a lot I don't understand about the Krishna influence. Hardcore music is violent in sound, and the performers express deep anger and resentment at all things other than themselves. Krishna philosophy, on the other hand, is Hindu-based, relying on a centuries-old system of obscure and sometimes contradictory beliefs, reinterpreted and summarized into a few key books. The end result of the philosophy, taken alone, is mostly introspective and gentle. How do these two things go together? Why would anyone even think to stand gentle Hindu practices next to violent punk rebellion? After observing that Krishna is a rejection of American teenage norms, I run out of obvious connections to hardcore. What did Vic see that was so attractive? My best guess is that hardcore punk offered only rejection, while the Krishna angle offered redemption or at least change. The Krishnas took advantage of the void in these kids' lives and filled it with their purpose. They channeled that hatred into action and filled a pointless existence with a misplaced sense of superiority.